honestly, at this point, if you think this has to do with anything other than control, you're more insane than I am. And salutations, my lovely little lunatics. It's me, your friendly internet psychopath insanity, here with my co-host Bob.
Hello.
And today, on the Insane Report, we're talking about what's going on with Walmart, what's going on with truckers, what's going on with people who need medical attention,
but can't get it due to the fact that they're not vaccinated.
Yeah, and at this point in time, we know several countries are actually just getting rid of all of this stuff. They're like, oh, well, we're done. It's obvious we can't keep pushing this anymore. But once again, before we get into it, make sure to like and subscribe for more insane news. Also follow us on Locals,
Rumble,
Minds,
Getter,
and Bastion, and we are setting up a Gab account. Also, if you feel like throwing a couple dollary dues at us to help build up the asylum, hit up our PayPal or throw some Bitcoin or Ethereum at us. We all are. We're also trying to figure out which one to put the actual naughty bits and all the more
spicy takes.
Yes. We may do a Locals. We may do Patreon. I don't know. We're figuring it out. But anywho, so as we're back to talking about it, I think the UK, Boris Johnson was talking about, like, okay, we're done.
Yeah, he's mainly doing that to try and save his career.
Try he shall, but fail all the same. I think it was Sweden or like New Zealand or one of those places. They say, we're done. Several countries have realized there's nothing we can do. The Omicron will run rampant, and the CDC and all them have come out and said that, okay, look, it doesn't stop you from getting sick. It does not immunize you. But what it does is keep you from suffering suffering effects, basically. Now, it doesn't stop other people from getting, it's just one of those one things. So a lot of stuff has come out. However, there are places like, New York and Los Angeles, and then good old Canada, that have taken this really too far, and even Joe Biden is starting to do some more stupid stuff that is really going to affect everything, and we're going to get into that in a second. Just got to roll up my sleeves, because this fuzzy thing is getting kind of warm. Anywho, and here we go. What I am. From Market Watch. Walmart, Costco, and other big box stores in Canada, sorry, I spit on the mic, begin enforcing vaccine mandates, and some shoppers aren't buying it. So basically, I saw on Viva Frei, now what they're doing is basically, you can't go in, because they can't stop you from, you have to be able to get food and medicine, that kind of stuff. They can't stop you from doing that, because then everyone would literally murder them. But what are they doing? They basically have people watch you. Now, there was also the picture of the boxes where basically it's like a little sliding box that basically you would just push around. It's completely surrounded by plexiglass because you're unvaccinated. Oh, God, no! Which, once again, is really stupid because this kind of makes it seem like they think that you're the unclean one, that you dare be unvaccinated and be out in public as per the French, whatever president who's like, I'm just going to do it to the point that it pisses them off. And then eventually that'll force them to get vaccinated because they want to live a normal life. And then you see all of the
actual peaceful protests?
Yes, once again, so as we can see here, Walmart is basically telling people, we're going to have people follow you around to make sure you don't dare go buy anything that ain't food or medicine. Because after all, if you don't show your vaccine passport, you may even be vaccinated. But if you can't prove it, then you get treated like an other. But yeah, some retailers in Canada are now requiring proof of vaccination. Not everyone is happy. Good. Local regulations in Canada, Providence, Quebec, taking effect this week, mandate that big box stores like Walmart, IKEA, and Costco require customers over the age of 13 to show proof of vaccination against CCP-19 before entering. Now, once again, as you can see here, it's local regulations. Now, as Viva put it, or I think it was Tim who put it, Walmart, Costco, and IKEA could tell that government to go screw themselves. What are they going to do? Honestly, what would the government be able to do against these giants? Nothing. Nothing at all. They would be able to do squat.
Also, isn't boycott Walmart now trending?
Yes, it is. Because, once again, it's kind of the fact, like, oh, Walmart treats people like garbage, as we all know, which is also kind of why another thing Tim talked about was how the not wanting to work subreddit has been blowing up, and at the same time, I can kind of understand. I mean, here in Texas, I live near Houston, and so I go down to Buc-ee's, and now they've increased, like 6 months ago, it was $13 to $15 for cashiers. Now it's $15 to $18. But here's the thing. Like, once again, the cost of living just keeps going up. Once again, my apartment's going up $100 to $150. That's the minimal. It was originally going to go up by like 16%, which is about like $200 to $250. So that's why I got the house. And it was funny because already we're getting offers on the house that we just signed, that we just officially got for $300,000, which we're not giving because the house is close by, it's near my family, so on and so forth. So you can see, it's like, okay. So at this point, yeah, I know Viva Frey went around and basically was no one wanted to be videoed because here's the whole thing. They're willing to push this on you, but the instant they have that mirror turned around back at what they're doing, they're like, oh God, I feel bad. But kind of, I bet this person doesn't feel too bad.
From the Daily Mail, Los Angeles Charter School is facing a lawsuit over its mandate after unvaxxed students were roped off from their classmates, denied access to classrooms, and threatened with suspension. Wow, that is bad.
It really is. It really, really is. But we got another story about that, but we'll quickly go through this. Once again, of course, it's Los Angeles. In California, New West Charter School in Los Angeles is being sued over its vaccine mandate, which, once again, well, actually, it's California, of course. It's like, yeah, it's in a place where literally like, get vaccinated, which, once again, doesn't do really much of anything against Omicron, which the CDC has said for high school students, for students, it's people of that age. Video showed the school separating unvaccinated students with rope barriers as they were denied entrance into the classroom last week. It's all, the teachers just don't want to be there. They don't want to have to deal with you. They want to be able to sit in their own little room and at home and not have to come in and deal with all the stuff that comes with being a teacher. Fire them all.
It won't happen. It's California.
Of course not. Student Alon whatever, who was one of the impacted students, believes the school is denying her right to an in-person education, which they are. The school's vaccine mandate went into effect after winter break and allows for medical exemptions, but not for exemptions over religious and personal beliefs. Screw you, it's in our Constitution. I have the right to practice, I think it's in, I gotta reread it. But the whole basically is that's just how bad it is. Like, no, we don't care about your beliefs or honestly, just go get a medical exemption. But once again, the doctors there are being scared into not giving medical exemptions. I mean, like, holy hell, they actually made it so that in Florida, you can't get monoclonal antibodies.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not about control. That's about making sure that, I got nothing.
Of course you got nothing, because there is nothing. Because they want you to, because if there's a thing, instead of the vaccine no longer has emergency use, because it's still not approved. Still not approved, by the way. So, since it's not approved, it has to be used through emergency powers and so on and so forth. But if there's something that actually helps and doesn't need it anymore, then there's no emergency stuff and so on and so forth. God. Continuing on, so they have to make sure you have to take the vaccine mandate. So you have to take the vaccine so we can implant the vaccine mandate so that we can implant the thing that allows me to tell if you've got the vaccine mandate, which allows me to put the thing on your phone so I can track you at all times.
Sounds like China.
Sounds like a lot of places nowadays. Continuing on. From Newsweek. Unvaccinated man taken off transplant list reignites patient debate. Yeah, and the main reason that they give is the thing that pisses me off the most. A Boston man who is not eligible for a heart transplant because he refuses to get vaccinated against CCP-19 has sparked a debate over why healthcare systems across the U.S. have implemented such policies. Partially money, because they get money for COVID stuff. And also because they don't care. They honestly don't care. According to his family, DJ Ferguson, 31, so he is in my demographic of it's Omicron not really going to do too much to you unless you have comorbidities. And once again, I have heart palpitations. So Nothing, and that happened. So continue on. Is unable to receive a transplant at Brigham and Women's Hospital due to a hospital policy that requires transplant patients to be vaccinated. Why? Why? God.
It's all about power. Do as I say or you'll die.
Yep. CBS reported. My son has gone to the edge of death to stick to his guns and has been pushed to the limit. DJ's father, David Ferguson, told the news outlet. Because he won't get the shot, they took him off the list for a heart transplant. David Ferguson added that he strongly disagrees with the hospital's position and is now aggressively pursuing all options, including possibly transferring his son to a different hospital in the area. Hope that works, despite his weakened state. Now, this is what they said. Given the shortage of available organs, we do everything we can to ensure a patient who receives a transplant organ has the greatest chance of survival.
So they're trying to say if he gets it, and he gets Omicron, he could die.
Yes. And that's why they're not even going to do it. They're just going to let him die. It's better that way. Our Mass General Brigham healthcare system requires several CDC recommended vaccines. Recommended! Recommended! Not mandatory, recommended. Including CCP-19 vaccine and lifestyle behaviors for transplant candidates to create both the best chance for a successful operation and to optimize the patient's survival rate after transplantation, given that their immune system is drastically suppressed. So, yeah, basically, do as we say, live the way we want you to live, or we'll let you die. And we'll do it, and we'll go to someone else. Continuing on. From the Daily Mail. Exclusive. Fury as Pennsylvania school board member humiliates parents by publicly calling them offensive and vile for forcing concerns over new mask mandate for kids. Once again, it has been proven that masks on children mess with their developing growth. They don't understand. They don't get facial tics. God, it's so stupid. Like, they're having kids wear masks outside, whereas in all other places, even in these places, you can wear a mask outside and no one's going to yell at you. But if the kids are outside playing and they aren't wearing masks, God, help us all. Quickly run through this because I've got two more stories after this. The school board of York Suburban School District in Pennsylvania implemented a new mask mandate. Go to hell. Several parents forcefully expressed their... Forcefully. You mean... God, forcefully. Because once again, the parents are terrorists. Forcefully expressed their views at a public meeting against making students wear masks again after a short period where it was voluntary. No, you got to do as we say. Screw you. You don't own your children. The state does. School board member Robinson then penned an opinion piece to which he tore into the parents for their opposition. Once again, your children aren't yours, they're mine. It was titled, "With all due respect, no, I do not work for you." Yes, you do. They pay your tax. Fire this individual. Fire this person. And accused one of the parents of being a charlatan after she voiced concerns. Robinson started his piece by saying, school boards are now the new battleground in the fight for America's future. Yes, and you are on the wrong side. Parents throughout the country want to take more control of their children's education and well-being into the classroom. This is a school board member giving a public lashing to concerned parents who have every right to express their views. Yes, they do. They're not your children. They're ours. They're not the school person's children. They are the parents. The parents own the kids. The kids belong to them, not you. Continuing on. And this is, once again, this shows it's all about power. Thousands of truckers are driving to the Canadian capital to protest federal vaccine mandates some say are destroying their business. So yes, several convoys of truckers are driving to the Canadian capital to protest the country's vaccine mandate. Once again, you must get vaccine or we're not allowing you to go anywhere, which is very stupid. The protest is part of an effort called Freedom Convoy, which has raised 5.2 million Canadian dollars. Conservative Party members in Canada say the mandate will exacerbate supply snacks, which is true. Now, this is the money that they earned. Oh, GoFundMe don't like that.
No, you dare go against the government?
Which is, once again, this is why cryptocurrency is one of those things that's going to stay. Yes, there's a dip and all, and at the same time, I know it's volatile, but so is the dollar. GoFundMe has blocked over $4.5 million raised by Canadian trucker Freedom Convoy protesting CCP-19 vaccine mandates. The fundraising campaign has received donations from more than 60,000 donors as of Tuesday. We require that fundraisers be transparent about the flow of funds and have a clear plan on how those funds will be spent. In this case, we are in touch with the organizers to verify the information. Okay, so they got it, and then they got a massive amount of clapback, and they're like, oh, here. This is what they did wrong. This is what they did wrong. So, which, once again, I don't think about. Well, let's think about all the Black Lives Matter stuff. How about that? All the raising to get people out of well, that is to get them out of jail and so on. Maybe, yeah. But at the same time, yeah, it is. This is leading on to this one. U.S. to ban unvaccinated Canadian and Mexican truckers from crossing the border starting tomorrow. Well, this was the 23rd. It's now the 26th. So, once again, none of this makes sense unless you're looking at it the fact of they want to control you. All the information that's out there points to the facts that the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting sick. It doesn't stop you from getting other people sick. Once again, YouTube came down and said you can't say it stops people from getting sick anymore. The CDC has come out and said that. Okay, so what's the point of stopping trucks from actually getting the lifeblood to everyone else? Oh, control, because we can starve them out. What's the point of teachers forcing children who have very minimal issue with Omicron and so on to force them to wear masks and do all this stuff? And when parents want to actually be involved in their child's lives, they're like, no, you're a horrible person. Control. It's all about control. That's all it's about, and that's all it's going to be about. And that's also why, what was it? One of the Democratic Supreme Court judges, he's talking about retiring. Why is that happening? Because honestly, they believe there's no way they're going to get through 2022 unscathed. They believe they are screwed, the Democrats. So hopefully they're like, okay, retire now. We'll try and get a new justice in before it. Because if they don't, and 2022 rolls around, they're going to lose everything. It's going to be a complete lame duck session. Nothing will get through for poor old Biden. It really is sad.
It really is. It's once again, people were asked, like, do you think the government is more corrupt before or after COVID? And most people are like, no, I don't really think they're more corrupt. They're just more blatant about it.
Yeah, they don't care anymore. They do not care. Anyway, that'll be the end of this video. If you like this video, then shake the like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.